Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Theater Space. I am anavaldeslim, and I am the teacher director of this rehearsal. Theater Space is an open theater rehearsal on cyberspace. The idea was born from a desire to connect with you, the audience. So we're delighted that you're here tonight. And now I'd like to call on our cast. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to give you a chance to introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
I'm going to go first before if my Wi-Fi is not. Hi, everyone. My name is Joaquin Pedro Valdes. I am lucky enough to be Miss Anna's student, but also even luckier to be her nephew. I am calling in and rehearsing with everyone all the way from the Dominion Theatre in London, in central London. I am in between auditions. So I hope that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing for the whole industry. So yeah, I'm excited to do. There's always time for Shakespeare.
So Joaquin, to be clear, this was not planned. It's just that you're at a callback and we wanted you to do both. So we're winging it today.
We are. This is usually, my internet's usually better. I'm now on my mobile, but then just like the actors of old, you can never tell what's going to be thrown at you. So let's have fun today.
Okay, good. Wonderful.
Right. Hi, everyone. I'm Uriel, and I welcome you all to Theater Space. Very, very grateful to have you guys here. And also, I want to take this opportunity to thank our director and mentor, Miss Anna, for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful cast to do this. So yeah, that being said, we're very, very excited to share what we prepared for you guys tonight. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Hi, everybody. My name is Antonio Evangelista. I'm also known as Txavi. Most people know me as Txavi. When Miss Anna reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to join this theater space, I was so excited because I get to actually, like perform again in like a new era of theater, I'd like to say. So I hope you guys enjoy and, hopefully you can feel safe in this space as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Pamela Evangelista. I'm very grateful to be under the guidance of Miss Anna, and now I am so thrilled and excited for all of you to watch because it's such an honor to be part of this theater space.
Hi, my name is Miel Abong. I'm playing the nurse, but I'm not really a nurse. I'm very excited to be here. I've been doing Shakespeare with Miss Anna since 2004. So I thought I already did everything, but this was an entirely new beast. And I'm so excited for you guys to learn something. And I hope you enjoy the show as well. Thanks for coming.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Edward Solon here. 25, actor, director, playwright, alcoholic.
To be honest.
Thank you. Thank you, Cass. So why don't you go ahead and prepare and we'll be starting in about a minute. So we will have an exciting night tonight. We were all ready to be broadcasting from our homes until Joaquin got a call back and he couldn't miss it. So he's actually downtown in London, and that'll be exciting for us to try to have steady Wi-Fi and no delays or dealing with the delays during this cyberspace rehearsal. We'll be doing 6 scenes from Romeo and Juliet. We have 2 casts, and there will be a 5-minute intermission. The total running time is a little over an hour, maybe an hour 15. You can write your questions on the chat, and Anja will make sure that we get them and we'll answer them at the end. Or you can join us for a meet and greet party. There will be another link for that so that your faces will be seen in the meet and greet party. And that link will also be on the chat. Okay, let me tell you the intros for every scene, but I'm gonna stop my video so you're ready for the play. The first scene is the masked ball, the party, where Romeo and his friends gate crash the Capulet home. He sees Juliet for the first time, and it is love at first sight for both, a romantic phenomenon even today. Romeo and Juliet discover that their dearest love is their worst enemy. The gesture of two palms, palm to palm, is derived from a dance.
What lady's that? Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
I have not saints' lips.
I, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou.
Saints do not move but to grant for prayer's sake.
Grant thou. Let faith, lest fate turn to despair. Thus from my lips, by yours my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips. Oh, trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You.
Nurse?
Mother.
Mary, bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house.
Oh, is she a Capulet?
Aye, sir, that she is.
Oh, dear. My life's my foe's dead.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman? Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learned even now when I danced withal.
Anon, anon. Come, let's away. The strangers are all.
Our next scene, Romeo leaves the ball with his friends. After much teasing, Romeo hides and distances himself from them. He discovers he is in the Capulet orchard, and from a balcony light, he sees Juliet. This is the balcony scene.
He just scars that never felt so moved. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. His mood was already sick and pale with grief. The tower made her far more fair than she. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks it, she says nothing. But of that, her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all heaven, having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were that glove upon her hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though, not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written it, I would say the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint. If either thee.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art.
Oh, with love's light wings did I overperch these walls.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet. Am I proof against their enmity?
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He let me counsel, and I lent him us.
Thou know'st the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell in form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo. but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst, ere I was aware, my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Yonder blessed moon, I swear, that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which thought cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. A sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again, and yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Madam!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I have not feared being in night all places but a tree.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon, but if thou meanst not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come, to seize thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse. Toward thy light, love goes toward love, as schoolboys from their books, but love from love, towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo, hist! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tasseled gentle back again.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers tones by night like soft music to attending ears.
Romeo,
I love.
at what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
At the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Well, let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. and yet no further than a wanton's bird who lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and when a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Our next scene is a big leap forward in the plot. Juliet is waiting for Romeo's arrival on their first night of marriage. She doesn't know that in town, Romeo was involved in a gang war. And Romeo has killed Tybalt, Juliet's cousin. The prince condemns Romeo to exile or banishment. If Romeo is caught alive, he will be put to death. The nurse arrives with this news for Juliet.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus's lodging. Such a wagoner's phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Come, night, come, Romeo. Come, thou day and night, for thou wilt fly upon the wings of night whiter than new snow on a raven's back. Come, gentle night. Come, loving, black-browed night, give me my Romeo. Oh, I have but the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that had new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse and she brings news.
Oh,
Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch?
Aye, the cords.
I mean, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, Elladale. Oh, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought it? Romeo!
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture shall be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself?
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes here on his manly breast. God save the mark!
Oh, break my heart, poor bankrupt, break at once.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead? My dear loved cousin and my dear lord.
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God! Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. It did. Alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent heart hid with a flowering face! Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, a damned Satan, honorable villain! Oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace!
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men, all perjured. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish! Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him!
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin?
That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears. Back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which you mistaking offer up to joy. My husband lives, the Tybalt would have slain. And Tybalt's dead, that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banisheth, that one word banisheth, had slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. Romeo is banished. To speak that word as father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, no limit, measure bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Oh, hide your chamber, I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Mark ye, your Romeo will come here at night. I'll to him, he is hid at Lauren's cell. I'll find him, and give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Our next scene, we discover Romeo in hiding at Friar Lawrence's residence. The nurse comes to find him.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou fearful man. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without four walls. Purgatory, torture, hell, it's...
Oh, deadly sin, oh, rude unthankfulness. Thy fault our law calls death. But the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death into banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture, not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven. And may look on earth, but Romeo may not. He is banished. They are free men, but I am banished. And say'st thou yet that exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp grounded knife, no sudden mean of death, no never so new, but banish it to kill me. Banish it. Oh, friar, the damned use that word in hell.
Thou fond madman, hear me but speak a word.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
How should they? When that wise men have no eyes. Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel.
Rise, one knocks, good Romeo, hide thyself. Hark how they knock, who's there? Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Run to my study, by and by, God's will, what simple is this? I come. Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
I come from Lady Juliet. Let me come in.
Welcome then.
Oh, holy friar, tell me, holy friar, where's my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he's even in my mistress' case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament. Even so lies she, blubbering and weeping and blubbering. Stand up. Stand up, stand, and you be a man for Juliet's sake. For her sake, rise and stand.
Nurse.
Sir, sir. Well, death's the end of all.
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Doth she not think me an old murderer? Where is she? And how doth she? And what says my concealed lady to her? Cancelled love.
She says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps, and now falls on her bed and then starts up. And Tybalt calls, and then Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
That name shot from the deadly level of a god did murder her. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack thy hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art, thy tears are womanish, unseemly woman in a seeming man. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered, as thou slain Tybalt. Wilt thou slay thyself and slay thy lady too that lives in thee by doing damned hate upon thyself? Fie, fie, thou shamest thy shape, thy love, thy wit. What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns into exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights up upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array, but like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou pout'st upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love as was decreed, ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her. But look, thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, till we can find a time to blaze thy marriage, reconcile thy friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 200,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse, commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed all night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Go hence, good night. By the break of day, disguised from hence, sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
But that a joy past joy calls out to me. Farewell.
Romeo and Juliet, with the help of the nurse, consummate their marriage for one night. After this night, Romeo must leave for Mantua, because if caught in Verona, he will be put to death.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, herald of the morn. No nightingale, look, love. What envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yon east? I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, I know it I. It is a meteor, to be to thee a torchbearer and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I am content. So thou wilt have it so. I have no more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How's my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is, it is. I hence be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This thought not so, for she divided us. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
Nurse,
your lady mother is at your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
then window, let day in, and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss, and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, Lord, I husband, friend. I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years, ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. Adieu. Adieu.
The tomb scene. In a plot contrived by Friar Lawrence, Juliet agrees to take a sleeping potion that gives her the semblance of death. The friar hopes to transport her to Mantua, where she can rejoin Romeo. Romeo arrives at the tomb, not knowing Friar Lawrence's plan. And Romeo sees the lifeless Juliet, and in despair, he takes his own life. Juliet wakes, discovers Romeo's lifeless body, and takes her own life. This is the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, my love. Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thee. Forgive me, dear Juliet. I am yet thyself fair. Here, here, will I set up my everlasting rest. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. Lips, oh, seal with a righteous kiss. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Here's to my love. Our true apothecary. Thus, with the last kiss, I die.
Oh, comfortable friar. Where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be. Where is my Romeo? What's here? A cup. Poison I see hath been his timeless end. Oh, churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. Thy lips are warm. Yeah, noise. Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. Ah! Their rust, and let me die.
Scene, thank you, actors. If you arrived late and didn't hear the explanation, Joaquin, who is in London, got a call back for an audition, which he couldn't rearrange the time. So he is doing his scene, and he just did his scene at the theater of the audition. And we're very happy. I'm very happy with the commitment of the actors. Thank you, actors. Well done. We'll take a 5-minute break, and then we go on with cast B. Thank you. Welcome to the second half, cast B. Our first scene is the masked ball, the party where Romeo and his friends gate crash the Capulet home. He sees Juliet for the first time, and it's love at first sight for both, a romantic phenomenon even today. Romeo and Juliet discover that their dearest love is their worst enemy. The gesture of 2 palms, palm to palm, is derived from a dance.
Oh, what lady is that? She doth teach torches to burn bright. Did my heart love till now? I'll forswear its sight. For I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Palm to palm, this holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints' lips?
Aye, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. Grant thou less faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, but to grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, my prayer's effect I take. Thus, from my lips by yours, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips, oh trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house.
Is she a Capulet?
Aye, sir, that she is.
Oh dear Count, my life is my foe's debt.
Pay the nurse. What is yon gentleman? Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
Or am I learned even now of one I danced withal?
Anon, anon. Come, let's away. The strangers are all gone.
Our next scene, Romeo leaves the ball with his friends. After much teasing, Romeo hides and distances himself from them. He discovers he is in the Capulet orchard, and from a balcony light, he sees Juliet. This is the balcony scene.
He just gets scars and never felt a wound. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It is my lady, oh, it is my love, oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it, oh, I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heavens, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres. What if her eyes were there? They in her head. Oh, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon her hand, that I may touch that cheek.
My Miel.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more of this, or should I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is no hand, no foot, no arm, no face, no any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's it a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo into Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me and wherefore. The orchard walls are high enough to climb. In the place death, considering who thou art.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee. I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. But thou love me. Let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prolonged wanting of thy love.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I tell of form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear that tips with silver all these fruit treetops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that the molly changes in a circled orb, lest thy law prove likewise variable.
What should I swear by?
Well, do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear. Although I join thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too advice, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Madam!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed night! I am afeared. Being a knight, all this is but a dream.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and to all my fortunes at the foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon. But if thou meanst not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come. To seize thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Our next scene is a big leap forward in the plot. Juliet is waiting for Romeo's arrival on their first night of marriage. She doesn't know that in town, Romeo was involved in a gang war, and Romeo has killed Tybalt, Juliet's cousin. The prince condemns Romeo to exile and banishment. If Romeo is caught alive, he will be put to death. The nurse arrives with this news for Juliet.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaethon would whip you to the west and begin cloudy night immediately. Come night, come Romeo, come thou day and night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow and a raven's back. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night, give me my Romeo. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love but not possessed it. And though I am sold, but not yet enjoyed, So tedious is this day as is a night before some festival. To an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them.
Oh,
Oh, here comes my nurse. She brings news.
oh,
Now, nurse,
oh.
what news? What hast thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch?
Aye, the cords. Oh,
Why me?
oh, what a day.
Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, what a day. Oh, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought it? Romeo!
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself?
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark here on his manly breast.
Oh, break my heart. Or break at once.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead? My dear loved cousin and my dear lord.
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh, God! Oh. Did Romeo send to Tybalt's blood?
It did. It did. Alas the day, it did.
Oh, serpent heart, hid with the flowering face that ever dragon keeps so fair a cave. Beautiful tyrant, fiend, angelical, a damned sainted honorable villain. Oh, that the Satan dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in man, all perjured. Shame come to Romeo.
Blessed be thy tongue for such a wish. Ah, what a beast was I to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Ah, poor my lord. What tongue shall smooth thy name? When I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled it. Tybalt is dead. And Romeo, banished. That one word banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. Romeo is banished. To speak that word, his father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, no limit, measure bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound.
Hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will come at night. I'll to him. He's hid at Lauren's cell.
We'll find him. Give this rank to my true knight. And bid him come to take his last farewell.
Our next scene, we discover Romeo in hiding at Friar Lawrence's residence. The nurse comes to find him.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou fearful man. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, and hell itself.
A deadly sin, a rude unthankfulness, thy fault our law calls death. But the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death into banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture, not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and little dog and little mouse and every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. He is banished. They are free men, but I am banished. And says thou, yet exile is not death. Hast thou no poison mix, no sharp ground knife, no sudden mean of death? Thou art ne'er so mean, but banished to kill me. Banished. Oh, friar, the damned use of that word in hell.
Thou fond madman, hear me but speak a word.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
How should they, when that wise men have no eyes? Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel.
Arise, one knocks, good Romeo, hide thyself. Oh, hark how they knock, who's there? Romeo, arise, or will be taken. Stay a while, stand up. Run to my study, by and by, God's will. What simpleness is this? I come, I come. Oh, who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Oh, Holy Friar, oh, tell me, Holy Friar, where's my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he's even in my mistress' case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament. Even so lies she blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up. Stand up, stand and you be a man for Juliet's sake. For her sake, rise and stand.
Nurse.
Oh, sir. Sir. Well, death's the end of all.
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer? Where is she, and how does she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
She says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps, and now falls on her bed and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then a Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name, shot from the deadly level of a gun, did murder her. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art, thy tears are womanish, unseemly woman in a seeming man. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought a disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself and slay thy lady too that lives in thee by doing damned hate upon thyself? Fie, fie, thou shamest thy shape, thy love, thy wit. What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns into exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights up upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array, but like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou pounced upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love as was decreed, ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her, but look, thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, so we can find a time to blaze thy marriage, reconcile thy friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 100,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse. Commend me to thy lady and bid her hasten all the house to bed. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed all night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is. Oh, my lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Go hence, good night. By the break of day, disguised from hence, sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
But that a joy past joy calls out to me. Farewell.
Romeo and Juliet, with the help of the nurse, consummate their marriage for one night. After this night, Romeo must leave for Mantua, because if caught in Verona, he will be put to death.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it, It is some meteor, to be to thee a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore, stay yet. Thou needs not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en. Let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is it, my soul? Let's talk, it is not day.
It is. Why hence, be gone, away! It is the lark that sings so out of tune. Some say the lark makes sweet division. Oh, 'tis not so, for she divided us. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
Nurse,
your lady mother is at your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and not descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, lord, I, husband, friend. I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count, I shall be much in years ere I can behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. A Jew. A Jew.
The tomb scene. In a plot contrived by Friar Lawrence, Juliet agrees to take a sleeping potion that gives her the semblance of death. The friar hopes to transport her to Mantua, where she can rejoin Romeo. Romeo arrives at the tomb, not knowing Friar Lawrence's plan, and Romeo sees the lifeless Juliet, and in despair takes his own life. Juliet wakes, discovers Romeo lifeless, and takes her own life with a dagger. This is the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, my love, my wife. Death, that had sucked the beauty of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Forgive me. Ah, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, seal with a righteous kiss. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory kind. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss I die.
Oh, comfortable friar. Where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be. Where is my Romeo? What's here, a cop? Poison! I see hath been his timeless end. drunk call. I left no friendly job to help me after. Oh, churl! Thy lips are warm. Yeah, noise. Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. Ah! Ah! Rust. And let me die.
Scene, end of play. Bravi, well done. Cast too, well done. Thank you. Everybody, can I have you on set? Bravi, yay!
I'm alive. Oh, just.
Woo! How do you feel? Can you let it out in your body? Can I see how you feel? Just let it out. Oh, you have a lot of bravos, a lot of
Fuchs on
people.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats, guys.
So I just like to hear while we're getting the questions, and Anjo and Holly will tell us. You have a lot of congratulations. Can you see? Bravi. Thank you for being here. So just, very briefly from each of you, just how do you feel first? And then we'll go on to the questions.
I could go first.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good actually, considering Joaquin's internet connection. I don't know. I feel like I just kind of embraced it once, like, we kind of just decided that, okay, this is how it's gonna be, and this is what's gonna happen. Like, and having that, just the support of everyone, like jumping in and just doing the scenes anyway. So yeah, I feel pretty good.
Super. I'm glad. Who's next? Txavi?
Yeah, no, I feel it felt nice, and like, I don't know, like, I don't know what it is about having people watch, like, with actors, like, just feeding off your energy. Like, I really felt it. Like, I felt that you guys were, I know that we're like millions of miles away, but like, you really feel it as an actor when, like, you have your audience listening, and I hope that we did that for you guys. It felt really good, like in the case of, like, Sila, Joaquin, and Uriel, like, the fact that they pushed through and they like plowed through all of that, it's so amazing, and props to them for getting through that.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad. Well done. Yes, Pam.
I'm very grateful, and I'm so honored to share this space with my co-actors. And yeah, thank you everyone for being here. I think it's such an honor to have an audience. Really, it's really such an honor. And yeah, it feels great.
Good. Miel?
I had so much fun. I was I really enjoyed that I got to do two casts, because I tried to approach it differently, and that was the most fun for me. The audience was a different element. Like, audience in cyberspace versus audience in person was, it's a new beast entirely, and I think this is a great way to introduce theater to the public. I really do hope that this is not the last time that we do this. It's so much fun. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad. Ed?
Oh, I feel sweaty. Because of the character, the emotion, requirements for the emotion. I feel exhilarated. I feel like there should be more.
I'm glad you feel that way. Good. I'm glad because that is the instinct. It was very inspiring to watch you. So let's go to I hope you can see all those wonderful comments. Well deserved. You worked so hard and you're so committed and you really deserve it. Thank you.
Miss
Yes.
Anna, Joaquin actually has a statement that he wanted us to read out for the attendees.
Sure. And then
Okay.
we'll go to the questions.
So this is from Joaquin, who played Romeo in the first cast. Dear attendees, my deepest apologies for my connection issues. But just like the Shakespeare actors of old that had to battle the elements and unexpected distractions like pigeon poop and the occasional murder in the gallery, we push on. Nothing will stop us from performing these beautiful texts. Theater space is proof of that. Thank you, Miss Anna, and thank you, co-actors, and more. As the date of this approach, I wanted to honor my commitment as an actor. I told Miss Anna the situation, and her advice was not to resist the challenges, but to embrace it onto the choices. This is golden, and I apply this to all my acting processes. Sandy Meisner teaches us to be in the moment and to allow whatever unexpected impetus to affect us so the result is organic and authentic. Bad connection, Zoom setups, technical mishaps, all part of this brave new process. And he says thank you again. So that was
Wonderful.
the message from Joaquin.
Thank you, Joaquin.
Thank you,
Break
Joaquin.
a leg, Joaquin.
Yes, let's say a quiet
Joaquin.
prayer, a good intention for his success in the audition. Okay, so let me call on Anjo. Anjo, what's our first question? Anjo, or
First
Yes.
question from Crisia Midel. Good evening. Any tips for a successful virtual theater production for high school students? Thanks.
anyone? What was the question again?
Good evening. Any tips for a successful virtual theater production for high school students? Any tips?
Me, I have one.
Go ahead.
Miel?
Okay. Yeah, one of my main tips would be to really, when you're practicing, to listen to each other. Because in the event that, actually, this is a tip for anyone who's performing, even in person. But I feel like virtually we have to listen to each other because I really wish the poor connection did not happen. Only because the way Joaquin attacked it during rehearsals was so intimate. It was so different from Xavi's, and I wish that you guys got to see that. And the reason why they still, well, in my opinion, they still had the very strong connection when they were doing their scenes is because during rehearsals they listened to each other. So even if the connection was bad, like the virtual connection was bad, their connection as actors was still really strong. So if you want to have a strong ensemble and want to have a strong performance, have that connection with the actors, commit it to memory, so that even if your technology fails you, your commitment and your authenticity is still there.
Great. I also have a suggestion for high school. Start. Just don't try to get everything planned in your head. Pick a play or pick a musical and do one scene. And then add another scene and then add. But start. Don't have to think it through. Okay, let's go to the next question, please.
Next question from Camilo Cero. As you do your scenes at home, how do you break or get out of your characters after rehearsal or after a show?
Take a nap.
I'm actually a priest. No.
Go ahead.
You're actually a priest?
Go ahead.
I think is it Edward? Are you going to say something?
No, go.
I think it's really all about the discipline that's part of our training, because you really have to detach yourself from the character, from the story, once you're done with it, or once you're done with the rehearsal or show or training like that. Because I think it's all a part of taking care of yourself as well, because as actors we have to take care of our instruments, which are body and voice, right? So you cannot overstrain, you cannot over rehearse, and it's really all about living in the moment and making the most out of what you can do in that moment.
Thanks. We'll take maybe 2 or 3 more questions, and then we're going to invite everybody to a meet and greet party after this. We're going to post the link, and you'll be able to ask your questions live, meaning we'll see your face and we can interact with you. So please stay for the link of our meet and greet. Next question, please.
Next question for Miss Anna. As the director, what were the challenges you faced in directing in this platform? What advice would you share to other directors directing through the online platform?
So you saw the challenge today. That was the biggest challenge. But actually, it is a joy. I didn't really have many challenges, honestly, except for the delay in the Wi-Fi sometimes. And today was just like the Mount Everest. But I think if I could have some advice, go ahead, plow through. It's such new terrain. We're just such pioneers. Next time I want to have a set. I'd like to have, like, I don't know, some set or on location. We're just gonna have to plow through and try our best, even little scenes. Thank you for the question. Next question.
Next question from Ariel Magno. How does it feel doing Shakespeare at this day and age? Considering there are still people who can get pretty intimidated with his work.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I like to say like Shakespeare is timeless. I mean, yeah, like it seems intimidating at first, like especially to those who aren't familiar with his work, who's familiar with the language. But again, like it just comes down to breaking it down and really like taking your time to just like really understand it. And when it comes down to it, his stories are so beautiful and so lovely, and they're timeless. Like they're still applied to so many stories now. Like I mean, like all the Romeo and Juliet stories are so many rom-coms out there. You know what I mean? Like so. I like Shakespeare at this day and age. It should be just like doing anything else, any other modern play, because it's timeless. It'll keep. You'll be able to do Shakespeare forever, basically. I think that's what, and I hope that people do start getting more into it, because it's such a lovely language and a lovely storyteller, right? He is such a wonderful storyteller.
I agree with Txavi. Breakdown. No, I'm kidding.
Break it down.
Sorry, wrong breakdown.
It all comes down to script analysis, and you just gotta read it until you can make sense of what you're reading. Or if you're like me and you don't have enough time to read it, why not cheat? Go to Sparks Notes.
Yeah, Shakespeare.
Ask people what it means. Tapos as you process all the things that they said, and then you read the script with these new perspectives, then you'll get to know the play more, the words.
Yep.
Yeah, just to add to what Xavi and Edward said, it's also actually really helpful if you are able to find like a community or like a sort of safe space who are kind of into the same things, because then you can be able to share or discuss these things. Like, I guess for me, in my case, like with my castmates and with Miss Anna, I'm fortunate enough that I get to work with them, and at least I get to kind of break down the bits of text and the certain scenes that I don't get. I can actually ask them what their thoughts are, what their opinions are on whatever it is that he's written. And yeah, I guess it also comes down to just having a different kind of perspective towards it, like not approaching it in such a way that you find it intimidating, but kind of look at it as something that excites you and something that you want to discover or learn more about. Yeah.
I just wanted to add to this. For anyone who is like intimidated or scared of Shakespeare, the words, the text, that's the hardest part, and that's the first hurdle you have. Then after that, it just kind of snowballs. You just end up falling in love with it. It's not. It seems scary at the facade, but when you get past the facade, it's an entire world. My entire acting training was based on Shakespeare, and it has prepared me for film, television, and stage and other forms of theater. It's a great way to start. Like how they say, if you want to be a really good dancer, you should have at least some ballet experience. Shakespeare is the ballet of acting. It's a really good foundation to start with. Yeah.
Okay, to add to what everyone to add to what everyone said, yeah, I remember like when it was 2016, I was a student, and it was my first year working on a Shakespeare play, and I was so intimidated. Like I never really thought that I'll be able to comprehend it or act it, because whenever I watch actors who do Shakespeare, my question in my mind would always be like, how do they do that? So it really takes a lot of grit, patience, and like what Ate Miel said, it's once you're there, once you're in that learning space, you would be so amazed because there are so many symbols in Shakespeare, and those symbols can be applied today. So yeah, I think you really have to find your community, and don't stop talking about it and researching about it as well.
Good. Next question.
Next question from Ronel Jan Santos. How does the
Hi.
preparation change from being in a black box and now in a virtual environment?
Completely. Jokes.
We can't run, Ronel. We can't run.
Where are my entrances and exits?
It's a button.
No, on a more serious note, I think the platform is like completely different. Like the only thing that's the same is the language and just basic movement that we have in front of the camera. But there's a lot of elements in theater that we kind of have to like modify it, I guess is the word. Like in theater you have to learn how to project, but now we can actually we actually have like the liberty to like whisper really soft now, because like we have the technology to like just whisper straight to our mics, right? So it's different in the sense that we can use different aspects. Like it's not necessarily what what you see in a regular training space where you're in an open space, an audience sits down and you're trying to project, or you're trying to make your movements a little bigger so they can see you. Now like even the tiniest things they're gonna notice, right? So you really have to adjust to that. Like it's more of like thinking like you're shooting a TV series or a movie, right?
Yeah.
Can I add to what Txavi said about this? What's different about the virtual setting is that you're more focused on the characters and the story. You don't have all of the production design. Those are wonderful things. Those are great for world building. But sometimes we forget that the ensemble is the one that's responsible for building the world. And now that we're only faced with the script and the ensemble and the actors and players, we're forced to really get down to the skeleton of what makes a theater play. Theater is not about the venue. That's just what it's called because that's where it normally takes place. But theater's so much more than that. It's about building a world using the people and the actors.
And to add to that, I think for me, one of the things that adapting to the virtual stage made me realize is also you are your own prod person and technician.
Oh God.
So yeah, so that is part of my prep: lights, sounds, everything. But yeah, along with that, it's also, I think it taught me that I really had to work a little extra harder on my memory bank and my experience bank. It's because us being theater actors, we're so used to being together in a physical space and having that kind of face-to-face energy to play off. And now in this setting, it's like it's just you with your devices and in this room. So you don't really have much to work on. And so it kind of forces you to really work on your imagination and try to kind of channel certain memories that'll help you evoke certain emotions. So yeah.
Everything's internal. Everything's sobrang internal here in this medium because you're gonna rely on your imagination a lot. We were talking about this the other day. To me, Txavi is this trash can.
Are you calling me trash?
Those pants. No, I'm not calling it trash. I'm saying the trash symbolizes you. So,
okay, that's different. That's different.
I'm sorry. I'll replace it with a bag.
It's too late.
No, I did it. You're a bag now.
Yeah. I was thinking of that during your scene, Ed. You had such a look at Txavi, and I thought, that's the lamp he's looking at. That was so clever. Listen, there are more questions, but I want to make this even tighter communication. I really want you to feel your audience and meet them, and the audience to feel you. So please, everybody, stay with us. Come to the party. At least you'll be able to feel the question and feel the answer. It's posted on the chat. Please copy it. I don't know how to copy it, but I hope you do. And we're going to move now to the party. And if I'm late, somebody find me in cyberspace. It's because I haven't found the link. But everybody, please come and join us. And really, thank you for being here.
Thank
See you
you.
later.